What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Black Atlas Radio. I'm sorry if I'm fucking screaming in your guys' ear right now. I'm your host, Michael Cannon, as always, and I got a very special guest with me here today. You could go ahead and introduce yourself to the camera once again.
How you doing? It's KTREE. Local. Shit. Fuck.
You're good, bro. You're good.
We're gonna keep that rolling. We've been smoking.
I'll cut it.
Don't even cut it. It's natural. We've been smoking, so I'm going to fuck up.
There we go.
Because we're smoking
man.
Good shit because we're in Cali.
Yes, sir.
It's KTREE. You know, I'm
the one and only.
The one and only from Chicago. I'm not local, so don't get it confused. I'm
right.
not a Bay Area artist. Don't want to hear that again.
Yes, sir. So, I want to start by saying I appreciate you coming through and giving us this wonderful interview we're about to have. And so basically, this whole thing started by you sending me a song, and I was basically fucking with it, and I didn't really think twice about where you were from or anything like that.
Appreciate you.
So I just want to start off by saying your music as a rapper, you're really good. I fuck with your style, and it was definitely original when I listened to it. I feel like that was the first thing that came to my mind was just the originality aspect. But so I guess we could just start from the beginning. When did you start rapping and making music in general?
I started rapping back in high school. Low key, it's funny. I want to say around my freshman year, I had a friend, Desmond. He's low key a rapper now. Follow him at Dez. I think it's DEZ. You know, you can follow him on Twitter and SoundCloud. You can find his music. You know,
go support.
And I used to rap in the man's closet. You know,
fuck.
We used to be in high school trying to rap. You know, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just had catchy lyrics, you know, and I didn't take it serious until
bro,
college.
That's how every legendary story starts, bro. I feel like everybody starts from the beginning. And so, was this, how long have you known your friend at this point? Was this someone you had grown up with, or you just met in high school?
I met that man in middle school. He started off, I used to follow him home. We used to roast each other. And so I used to follow him home and just bake him because he was extremely black. Mm-hmm. And so that was just some shit we used to do just to make fun of each other. And that just ended up, he was just like, all right, one day, just come in the crib and rap. Just rap about it. So that's how we started.
That's what's up, man. Were you good at first? Do you think you had a natural talent for it?
You know, back then I want to say yes. I thought I was good. But if I go back now and I hear that, I am pretty sad at what I was doing, you know. I think I should have been doing shit at that point.
You know, we learn. We improve upon ourselves. I feel the exact same way looking back at my fucking first videos doing this shit. We're already in the 70s, 80s now, I think. But when we first started, the very first episode we did was literally in my fucking old bedroom, on my bed. And it was just not professional at all. But, you know, time helps us all eventually. And
definitely.
How did you started rapping in high school? How does your life go from Chicago to Napa?
So
is that any correlation to the music at all, or is that
not
completely
at all
related?
You know, I went from Chicago to Indiana for school, then back to Chicago, then I had a friend that I went to high school with that moved to California, and he was always trying to convince me to come out there. He's like, man, it's better than Chicago. It feels better, the air, all the shit, all the women. You got to come out here, man. You do music,
no
it'll
snow.
be better. No fucking snow. It was Christmas, no snow. I was in a little sweater. I was cooling, you feel me? It's crazy. Global warming is real.
Yes, sir.
But, so yeah, I came out, moved to Sacramento. That shit failed terribly. I was not prepared.
Yeah.
And I had to move back. And
okay.
That was my first experience, and then I saved up, my money, and I drove back out here.
Oh, shit.
Work,
Oh, okay. So the first time that you came out here, and even though things didn't work, were you already determined that you were trying to come back, or was it sort of let me try this again and see if it works?
When I first got, basically, hell yeah. it was, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
It was, the first time was like, okay, this showed me I want to do it. This is where I want to be. And it more showed me that what I needed to do to get to, like, be here, to, like, actually live in Cali and maintain and be stable. Because it's completely different than Chicago. Like y'all shit is fucked up in a whole different way.
It is.
Like, you know.
Very much so.
Like, so, like, y'all get paid for every single bottle of water besides the water. Like, CRV tax and all that stuff.
Oh,
like, it's a complete different living style.
See, I don't even take that shit into consideration, the CRV shit.
That shit pissed me off when I heard that at the store.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
On top
see,
of that.
Y'all living carefree out there in Chicago, then.
Man.
Fuck, man. Wait till you see you already know about the gas prices, though, right?
Dumb.
Shit. Yeah.
Dumb. Oh my god. Oh my god. Makes you get in shape, man. You start busting moves.
I know, man. I already know. So, when you came back the second time, was it back to Sacramento?
No. So the second time, I had a different friend that lived in Lake County, and I was really kind of unfamiliar with Lake County. I had been to Clear Lake once on some whole other type of occasion, let's say. And so I ended up driving all the way to Lake County. And that was probably the most eye-opening experience of life. That shit was hard. It was not what I expected it to be.
Damn.
It was pretty fucked up, but, I mean, everybody was going through it, so it's an experience that, you know, we all had to go through together.
Right.
So, you know, it was trials and tribulations. It made, you know, it built me more and gave me experiences and things to write about and just to advance as a person. And by me saying shit like that, that shows you how fucked up it was. But
yeah.
We're going
right. So during this whole process, are you still like making music or like writing music at all?
Mostly I was just writing. I'm not even gonna say I recorded shit because I didn't. I really haven't recorded much music at all except for in high school, and then I had like a break because I wanted to build my own studio. Like when I started to take my music serious, I wanted to be more a part of it because I was just going and paying people to like record my shit. And, and that's just giving your money away, people. Like
right, you don't really get as much of a creative like control over it. I feel like
at all, and it just even comes down to the simple fact is they're not in your mind. How can they hear what you expect the quality to be like? So it's like you have to get more in tune with your own art, and so that's what I had to take more serious. So. I didn't even start recording till moving here now, but so I was just writing. I was just writing about my experiences, getting beats, just writing. Just I went through writer's block about 2 or 3 fucking times. So I was just writing so fucking much. But, you know, I used it as a therapy. So
yeah, would you say those experiences helped you write? Were they inspiring?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, it gave me a lot of tools to write about, and just. As I wrote about the things, like, I get to go back and read it and hear myself in my mind, because I'm not fucking recording at this time, but, like, hear myself, what I'm going through, and it helps you reflect on your own life and just build as an individual, so.
And this is last year, 2019? Like, all this is happening? Or?
Yes, this is.
Okay. So, were you born in Chicago?
Yes.
Okay, and you had lived there your whole life up to that point, or had you like lived in any other states?
Chicago. I did some summers in Memphis with my mother.
Okay.
And then when I moved to Indiana, that was for a couple years.
That's that part of the world is part of the country is so unfamiliar to me. Like I've been to the South a couple times because my dad's from Texas, but that's like South. Yeah, you know, that's like country South. That's not like the same shit. But, yeah, that's so interesting. So, how did you get from Lake County to Napa?
That gets interesting. So, I basically worked at a casino. Shout out to the Running Creek Casino for giving a black man a chance.
I fucking hate casinos.
Yeah, it wasn't anything fabulous, but it put some money in my pocket. But just living on that side of California, Lake County, you really don't get paid shit. So I decided I wanted more, and I didn't want to get stuck there. So started looking for different jobs. So I had to find a closer place because I was commuting from Lakeport and Lake County all the way to Sonoma. And that was like 2 hours every day.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Why?
There and back, man.
Why?
Because I wanted more money.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted more money.
All right, now, I mean, I'm damn near commuting. Fucking dog. I'm damn near commuting right now. From Dixon to Richmond is an hour drive. So that's an hour there and back. But it's literally, the difference is like $4 or $5 difference in like the pay, just because you're in the Bay Area, you know. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck it, that's what you have to do.
It's definitely some motivation. It's definitely like, you know, I was getting paid like $11.50 at a casino. People, this is like you getting government tested. Like they wanted to know everything about you. I'm handling money, like all. That's
crazy.
Stuff.
I was getting paid $12 to cashier at Walmart, like.
In and out people get like $18, people.
Yeah, that.
In and out, their burgers.
Hey, not only that, but like Chick-fil-A, they get like health insurance is like crazy good, apparently, I hear.
Yeah. That's fucking wild, man. You can go to these fast food restaurants, which is like not even considered a good job, so to speak, and get paid dumb money, like enough to be considerably stable. Like that's.
Yeah, right. What were you doing at Whole Foods?
Bro, I was a meat clerk.
Okay.
I was a meat clerk, and Whole Foods Sonoma is an interesting place, people. Like,
are they dirty or not really? Kind of.
You know, I feel like every job has its flaws because it's ran by humans. So that, so to speak, we gonna leave it at that on that note, because Whole Foods can come back and sue me, and at this point, I don't have enough money to back me. So we're gonna slide from that question, but.
Hey, shout out to Whole Foods.
Shout out to Whole Foods.
If they ever want to fucking sponsor us.
You know, shout out to Whole Foods, man. You know, wait. Shout out to Whole Foods, we go. Man. Shout out to Whole Foods.
Shout out to fucking Amazon. I'm pretty sure they own them.
Right, I do got a Prime.
Oh, there we go.
You got the Prime. You know. Actually, speaking of that, I need more Godfather of Harlem. That was a good ass show, man.
Oh, for real? I haven't heard anything about it. I've just seen the trailers.
Check that out if you have an Amazon Prime. Check that out.
Hey, speaking of In-N-Out, was that really like that crazy trying when you got out here? Or was it really just like some normal burger shit?
Which one, In-N-Out?
Yeah.
You know, to be honest with you, that shit was not that.
It's okay, right? It's nothing special.
It's not.
Have you tried Nations?
No. I don't even know what that is. What is
It's fucking Bay Area. Way better than In-N-Out, bro. It's literally just like a fat ass burger and some fries, but it's just like quality. And this shit is like, I'm not gonna lie, they do. It kind of sounds sick, but they do slap like I'm pretty sure it's like some Miracle Whip or something onto it. But it
like whipped cream?
No, like
I'm saying the mayo thing.
Yeah, the mayo type, like the mayo shit, and it's fucking delicious. But I don't know if there's. I'm pretty sure there's. Nations out towards that way. If you pass one and you know if you're in the mood for a fucking burger, try it out. But definitely better than In-N-Out.
I would definitely hit that up because I need new places to try out here. All the food I've just been going to like little Mexican taco trucks.
Hey like, man, you can't go wrong with those though.
You really can't, but you gotta find a good one because some of them be bullshit. That's not true, the food you feed into your family. Fuck that.
You're right. Hey, I bet there's some spots out there that I'd just be fucking smacking though, because I know fucking Sonoma that. Yeah.
Sonoma got some decent ones, but you're going to end up paying $12, and that's fucked up. Because they don't even come with, like, the meat. I mean, like,
they be jipping?
Yeah, they be fucking you up, like, no beans and nothing.
Oh, damn. Well, okay. So, back to the music, though.
We hot, so we talking about food.
Yeah. No, I'm, like, hella hungry. How long was it that you were out here until you were able to actually start putting work towards your music? You mentioned it's kind of pretty recently, right?
Yes. So I got to Napa about 3 months ago. So my first month was just kind of selling in. So my beginning of my second month, my friend had told me previously about a website called American Music Supply. If any artist is trying to like build yourself as an artist, you know, get your studio set, or just if you make beats or whatever, there's a website and you can like finance, you know, these materials that you need, these tools, whatever it is, from like software to mic stand, pop filter to camera to mic, anything, and you can finance it. Some of it requires credit checks and some doesn't, but I used that, and when I got my money right and I got on that website, I got everything I needed, my mic, I bought a new Mac, and then I
just went crazy. Can you close that window? Because that fucking dog's going to keep barking. But Yeah, you just. What's the website called?
American Music Supply.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Oh, if you type some shit like that on Google, it should pop up if I'm off, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. American Music Supply.
So, do you like find it hard to be away from like your family being out here, or are you like super motivated at this point?
It's crazy, you know. I feel like I should be, and sometimes I do, you know, get like a little sad, be like, well, damn, I'm out here alone, but I feel like my purpose is big enough that I know I'm doing it for a just reason and that it'll pay off.
Right.
You know, because it's like, I consider this like my college. Like some kids go away for college and they're gone. This is my college. This is my 4 years.
Uh-huh.
So I look at it like that.
What year did you graduate high school?
2015.
Me too. Okay, we're the same age.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So being out here, has it been difficult to sort of network with other artists out in your area? I'm not sure how like the music scene is like locally out there.
Definitely being in Napa is pretty hard because there's not really my style of music in Napa or more any hip hop, so to speak, because Napa's, you know, so it's the wine country. It's a pretty uppity town.
Yeah,
like,
pretty country.
You know, when I tell people I live in Napa, they're like, "What the fuck? What do you do? You know,
Yeah,
how do you live there?"
right.
And I tell
how
them
you
secrets.
living? That's like the first thing I would ask.
I tell them secrets, you know.
That's hella true.
But it is very hard. So, you know, when I do go on like Twitter, because I'm just starting to use social media, and you know, that's the like if I didn't have that.
Was there like a reason behind that at all, or you just never were interested in social media?
I've always seen negative things come from it. I didn't really see shit positive from my view. Like, you know, I know it's very helpful for things. People can always argue it, but just as many good, there is bad. So if I only see the bad, that's what I'm going to influence my decisions.
If it was not for like this Black Atlas shit and me having to use social media, I probably would like force myself to stay away from it too.
Exactly.
It is honestly, pretty toxic.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
That's good, man. It is like you said though. There is some benefit to it, being able to network and like, I mean, we fucking linked up and did this interview through Twitter,
right
so you know.
Shout out to Twitter.
Yeah, shout out to Twitter. Making shit happen.
Verify our shit, please.
Yes, we'll get there one day. Does Napa or like that county area have like any local, I guess, like, I don't want to say open mic events, but sort of like out here, there's like a lot of like promotion for like parties where people can like have vendors come and sort of like showcase, I guess, of like local artists. I realize that's like something that's become pretty popular in the last like 5 years or so. And me and Isaiah have gone to a lot of those and like done a lot of videos there. Is there any of that going on over there?
You know, to be honest, I don't really go into the city of Napa too much because I live kind of in the hills part. But for the little experiences I do have and just looking to, you kind of have to be already stable as an artist, like already have some type of fan base or anything to get into some of these venues and to even be like, I guess, considered for it.
Right.
It's a certain style of music they're looking for, and
that's true. Yeah.
That's what it's picky because I'm not even nowhere near it, so to speak. So I can't even
give
you a taste of it.
Do you ever like go out of your way to other cities, or is that still sort of like difficult at this point?
What do you mean, like just travel to go see?
Like to go? No, I mean like I guess for more opportunities like involving music.
I'm open to it. I haven't I'm still trying to figure out what those places are. Like I'm still looking at open mics, you know.
Vallejo's really heavy on those like open performances.
Really?
Yeah, they throw a lot. I know they just actually, I saw on Twitter that they just bought out like a theater. I'm not sure who exactly, but there's like a whole theater that they're literally opening up to like the community to do like specifically like concerts or performances for like artists and stuff like that. Not sure what it's called. My homie Marshawn, who is an artist, he's a dancer and a singer who I've interviewed. He does these things called sessions in the loft, where he lives out in Sac, and it's literally a loft, and he just has like people like headline and perform. It's like a chill ass, like it's a cool vibe. Like everyone's just like sitting on pillows and shit, you know, and they have like super different artists. Like not one artist sounded the same as the last one, pretty much. But yeah, it's just
shout out to Sean, man.
Yeah, shout out to Marshawn.
Shout out to Marshawn.
That Sessions in the Loft 3 is coming up soon, so if people are in the Sacramento area, then go check that out. But as far as your personal taste in music, is there like a certain type of music you think you mostly listen to? Is it hip hop, or would you say you're pretty much like you have a variety of like music tastes?
That's an interesting question. I listen to a lot of old music. I don't really listen to too much of anybody coming out now. Like I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Too many people. I know like the Baby.
Right.
Lil Baby. You know that's probably like where it is.
Baby, Lil Baby.
That's about it for me.
Both babies.
But I listen to a lot of like old New York music. You know.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm really interested in. Like I like stuff with lyrics, like with good content, cause that's what I want to base my music off of. Cause I feel like a lot of like the artists now, they only vibe off the beat, and you can only really listen to their songs because of the beat. So
yeah, I could feel that. What type of old school artists are like would you say are worth mentioning? Because I listen to a lot of different music too, and New York artists specifically, I feel like me and Isaiah really fuck with.
I'm a huge Biggie Smalls fan. Period.
Oh yeah, that's how we're Isaiah.
I like Big L.
Of course, shout out to Hove.
Yep. Ooh, Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z. You know what? I like Nas. Nas is cool. I like certain stuff from Nas. You know?
I feel you on that one. Certain albums more than other ones. You fucking with Joey Badass at all?
I like when he first came out.
That's fair.
I like when he first came out.
That's fair. It wasn't completely... Yeah. He was like really devoted to that old hip-hop boom bap style when he was first coming out.
I feel like now, I mean, it's just survival now, you know? Because most people... Like, the rap game is just like a hustle. You get in, get the fame and the money you need to do other things. And then, and then you
use it as like a way to fund... Like other sources of income.
It's
to
just a crush,
build
man.
Your own empire, I guess.
You know, it's just a crush. It's just that stepping stone. You know, some people get super big on it, but they're not just doing that. They're still getting other stuff through it, you know.
Right. So, as far as your plans for music, is that something that you would say you're more passionate about, like the artistic side, or would you say that you really just want to get like not just like cash out on it, but I guess use it as a means of income?
Both. Like I look at it as my art. This is my career. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I'm not going to sit there and tell someone my life is worth X amount of dollars an hour, because that just doesn't fit in my mind. I can't do that.
Right. I can relate to that.
And if I know I can get paid for my art, and I take this as serious as someone would take any job they do or any profession they see fit, and I know I can get paid for it, the hell yeah, I want my money for it.
Right,
down to the penny.
Of course.
You know?
And I feel like that'll show in like the quality of your music too.
Thank you.
That's like the most important, I feel like. Is there a certain, I guess, direction you want to take your music at this point, or... Is it sort of just kind of getting people to know who you are as an artist?
Again, both, but
my bad, that was kind of like the same question.
No, it's really not. But it's just a good question, because I feel like another artist would have really chose one of the other answers. But I feel like through my music, I want to go a different route than a lot of the artists now. They talk a lot about drugs, money, sex, guns, violence, all those things, and that becomes like the norm when you think of hip hop or something, which goes back to what I talk about content, and with how a lot of New York rappers, they used to rap on beats that didn't have as much bass, or would you say as vibe to it, so to speak, because you had to listen to what
it was more about the lyrics, and honestly, I feel like most of the artists I've talked to, or maybe just in music in general, I think there's always like a split between like two different, I guess you could call them vibes, but I always get the sense that there's artists who are more about pre-planning and like coming up with like a cohesive theme with their music, and then there's artists who are more about being in the moment and just using it as like I guess like something that would be therapeutic to sort of like just get out there and talk about whatever's going on at that time.
Definitely. I use it more of the second one. I just like, I don't, when I hear a beat, I don't like, I just write straight through it. Like, I don't really, so most of the times, if you listen to a lot of my music, I don't have hooks to a lot of my beats because I just write through it. It's just how I'm feeling when I'm vibing to that beat. It's an emotion. It's a memory. It's everything that my mind thinks about when I hear that. And I feel like when a lot of people have hooks, that's already like 40 seconds of the beat, just in the beginning, 40 seconds in the middle, and 40 seconds in the end.
Just repeating the same shit.
Of the same shit. Yeah. So how much of that beat are they really being like, an artist? Are really giving you something that is worth it? They're not being creative because
I feel like another trend I've been noticing in like certain hip hop artists are like they've been making their songs a lot smaller, and they've been doing that. Like maybe even if there is like a chorus or like a hook, it'll just be like one time and then just a long verse for the like 1.5 2-minute song or whatever. And I feel like it's kind of good because it's like it makes the song more quality and it gives it like more replay value because I don't know, these like 3, 4, 5-minute songs after a while, especially if it's like repeating the same shit, sometimes it does get tiring. So I could see like the motive behind that.
It's definitely a dope idea as an artist. I have a friend, his name's Antoine. He goes to the University of Illinois in Champaign. Shout out to Antoine. He mixes a lot of my music. He put me up on that. It's like it makes you want to play the song back because if they go hard for that verse, like the hook, if the hook is catchy, boom, it did what it did. It's the 45 seconds. It's catchy, and then they have straight fire right after it. You're gonna be like, okay, they went hard for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, whatever it is. You're gonna play that back. And in a way that can be considered, a purpose of music. It's good, it's catchy, boom, now next to the next song,
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
It does it's
I
purpose.
do it myself.
Right. So how did you get your name? Or was that something that wasn't given to you? Did you come up with that?
So it's a mix between KTREE and Lil Tree. Like so back to Chicago, like, so I smoke a lot of weed, man.
And so shout out to all the potheads, man. I feel you.
It's an amazing thing. It's just terrible.
It's 420 somewhere.
It's always 420. It's always 420. Just stop. Hard.
That's the thing though. That's the only thing about the habit having that is just the fucking how expensive it is.
Man, you're gonna
putting that in your budget.
That's a bill. That's like fucking light bill money there.
You're right, bro.
But so I was always like switching like my rap names and everything, and I have a friend. His name's Desmond. I think I mentioned him earlier.
Shout out to Des.
Shout out to Des. And he was trying to help me with a name, and he plugged in his like iPod or some shit, and it was like Lil Tree, and he was like, bro, that's like you. And so he was like, we should call you that, and I was like, I don't know, man, let's see if it sticks or whatever. And so I said it one day, I was like, all right, I'm gonna call myself Lil Tree, and after that, everybody was just like Lil Tree. Whenever I walk in the room, they Lil Tree. So it became Lil Tree.
That sounds catchy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it just sticks, man.
Yeah.
And then from that. It became KTREE because of just, another little personal meaning that y'all find out later on. And I'm going to show that in my music. And
okay.
So I just stuck with that.
Is there like a big influence of Chicago, do you think, behind your music? Or is it sort of just the place you're from?
Ooh. More of just the place I'm from. I don't feel like I really...
I know there's a big Chicago hip hop scene right now, and
definitely shout out to Chicago artists. Shout out to Chicago. I don't know. I feel like the way I look at music and how I approach it is not a Chicago scene, so to speak. So I feel like in order for me to like branch out and actually do what it is I'm trying to do and not just do it as a hobby and still do everything else as a normal person, I gotta like go somewhere where I'm a flourish. So I had to come here where people will actually take my style of music into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chicago music is good, no lie, you know, it's turned music, but a lot of it is more of that aggressive type of music, you know. I'm not gonna say anything else past that. Y'all know what it is.
Right.
It is what it is, you know. And I just look at music as like we use music. Music is like responsible for how we interact with people on a daily basis. So to speak, you can listen to a 21 Savage like song and be turned. And if someone says something to you, you know that you're gonna approach that person different.
Right?
You know,
yeah. It
like
completely affects your mood. That's true.
Right. So I'm just trying to, you know, put, I guess, just put different music out there. You know, not just influence, you know, negativity. You can say all those things those artists are saying, just in a better way, so to speak. So that's just all I'm doing.
Yeah, and you know what? One of my favorite artists is Kid Cudi, and I feel like he does a really good job of that because he's not directly saying, like, do this thing or whatever, but it's sort of just, like, playing it out in, like, a way that, like, I would say, I get, like, the same feeling listening to, like, an indie band or, like, listening to, like, a rock band. They're, like, most of their lyrics aren't just, like, as straightforward. It's always like some like open to interpretation type shit, I guess.
Right. Definitely, like I like music that I can listen to and I have to think about what that person's saying. You know, like I gotta listen to it a couple times, come back.
Right.
And there's still songs I'll play to this day, and I'll play it through, and I'll be like, damn, that's what that is. Like, oh shit, man. You know, and that's the song you want because that keeps that song relevant. That makes that art. You know, not something that you play for like a week and then it's like, oh well, shit, I didn't play that so much that, you know, I can't turn to that no more. That's not really music. That's just like a high. That's really all it is. It's there and it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why
I was big on Kendrick Lamar in high school too, because of that. I felt like his albums were always like super artistic.
Definitely.
But I can't recall if you mentioned it earlier in the opening of this video, but where's the best place that people can find you? And I guess when you're ready to drop music or any music that you have right now, where's the best place that people could reach?
I'm finally on Twitter at Big Tree Big Leaf, and my email is bigtreebigleaf@gmail.com. So, yeah.
I'll throw the Twitter in the description once again. But before we wrap up this interview here, is there anything that you want to say to the people out there, and I guess to the people of Fairfield and the Bay Area, because that's honestly a majority of the people that are going to be watching, listening to this. I be checking my stats sometimes on my website, and there's like one time I had like one person from Germany, like one person from Ireland visit my shit, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, so
tell that man to share everything.
Right? Yeah, of course. But what would you want to say to the people who don't know you at all and would want to get them to listen to your music?
Just give me a chance, man. You guys want to hear something different, you know? You vibing with your girl, you want to hear something different. You at the club, you know, y'all doing something. Probably play something different, bro. I got different tunes, you know. Just, I don't know too much to say. Just give me a chance, you know. And I want to say thank you to Michael for giving me a chance here, you know what I'm saying? Let me come talk about myself, you know, showcase myself as an artist.
That's, of course, bro. That's what we do here. And I appreciate you for giving me the time to interview you and talk about music. Because, you know, that's what we do here. I'm glad we're actually fucking achieving our purpose at Black Atlas of getting local artists' name out.
Right on.
So thanks again for coming through to this interview. And thanks, everybody, for watching or listening to this interview. Make sure you guys subscribe and share this video or rate us 5 stars if you're listening to this on whatever podcast service. Share this with your friends. Check out blackatlasmedia.com and stay tuned for the next interview, whenever that is. Peace out.
Shout out, man.